Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Higurashi. Last episode, incredibly based, not once but twice. They're doing Mion and Keiichi shipping. You know the author of this arc is definitely a Mion enjoyer, and we'll take it. But yeah, let's just get right into this. Once the door closed, the room suddenly felt quiet, and I couldn't help hearing the sound of Mion breathing in her sleep. Also, based Rika for setting this up. Love to see it. Her chest was faintly moving up and down. I suddenly started feeling awkward and stood up, then walked over to the window, just watching her sleep. The dazzling summer sun was pouring down, and the green hue of the trees was shining. I couldn't see the other students out of the schoolyard, heading home after finishing club activities. Their lively cheers and shouts transmitted their warm enthusiasm to me. I suddenly remembered what Rika-chan told me about the worst possible future, and the true identity of our enemy. To be completely honest, I still can't be sure it's going to happen until I see it with my own two eyes. And why is Rika-chan repeating the same time period over and over, with all kinds of memories? And even though I do remember bits and pieces of my past memories, I still don't understand why. I mean, the fact that he remembers his past memories and he understands their past lives, I feel like that gives a lot of credence to Rika's claims. According to Rika-chan, I still haven't recovered my memories of the previous world, where we learned the identity of our enemy. So even though she told me the enemy is the nurse Takano-san, nothing has come back to me. But there's an organization called Tokyo connected to the Irie Institute, and some endemic disease called Hinamizawa syndrome. Given how serious and sincere Rika-chan was when she told me that, I think I can trust her word. And thanks to her, we were able to prevent the misfortune that might have befallen Satoto and Rena. Sorry, is the Rena situation just cleared now? I know that, like, Rita took them on a vacation, or Mion took them on a vacation. I guess she just told the Sonozachis to go fuck them up or something. Alright, I didn't realize it was done. Based, I guess? That alone was enough to make me thankful that Rika-chan shared her secret with us. But it's not over yet. It's just like Rika-chan said last night. The real battle hasn't even begun. Maybe. Probably. If it says Rika-chan... Dude, we're waiting for Tomoe. We got Tomoe this time? We got even more cards on the table. Imagine fucking Natsumi and Chisatu and... I just forgot her name now. The other girl just comes riding in. Fucking guns blazing. That'd be really funny. If it says Rika-chan says the enemy targeting her is both cunning and extremely powerful, definitely not an enemy we can overcome with a simple brute force approach, for sure. We'll have to fight carefully and in the proper way to forestall this foe. And when the time comes, we'll definitely need to depend on the strength of our ever-reliable club members. Well, Rika-chan told me it's best to wait quietly for now, so this isn't the time to take action. So I pull myself together and stop dwelling on it. It's fun to think about the intent behind people's words and actions, but if you're going too far, it can make you anxious or distrusting, overly sensitive to even a simple reaction. For example, if I were to see something lurking behind every casual act of goodwill, I'd start to see everyone around me as malicious. Yeah, that's Rena POV, or that's Keiichi POV, but we saw it more from like Rena's POV and Sumi Horoboshi. I'd be astonished to not have any good friends at my side. Of course, as I am right now, I'd never do that. But I do have some memory of another version of myself doing just that and getting lost in a dead end and ultimately destroying myself. I've seen it in my dreams. When I look at me from back then, I say to myself, don't repeat your past mistakes. Good saying. Rika-chan's words back then did so much to put my heart at ease, so when she came to me asking for salvation, I made her a promise. I'll believe in her. Because it's not just anybody who told me this. It's Rita-chan. The goat. Well, not my goat, but lots of people's goats. She's probably my funniest, like, memeable character. Yeah. You don't see a lot of Mion memes. It's just because she's so wholesome, you just can't meme on her, you know? I heard a sigh coming from the bed and turned toward Mion. She just woken up and was still in a daze, absent-mindedly looking up at the ceiling. Actually fainted. It's crazy. It'd be pretty scary IRL, I think. Someone just faints. She sounded embarrassed as she said that, and she lifted the covers up past her nose in an attempt to hide the bright red look on her face. After that sudden cutesy gesture, a desperate one-on-one battle just a little while ago felt like a lie. Mion sulkily turned away as she said that. I shrugged my shoulders in exasperation and walked over to the bed. Sensing my presence, Mion stormed over to the corner of the bed, and I struggled to hold back my laughter as she curled up and turned her back toward me. Then I spoke. Let's do it. Let's do it. Please. Mion reacted by jolting conspicuously from head to toe. This is fun. Too fun. Ah. Okay, at least Rena. Do not do Shion, please. Not true? Don't entertain it. She's looking depressed. Is she really being honest here? Anyway, with Mion in stubborn mode, stubborn Mion, new fighter just dropped. I'm sure she wouldn't agree even if I forced her to hang out. In which case, maybe. Library date. Is a library date good? I don't know. Feels like a weird place. Are you trying to read a book together? I was trying to say I'm a library enjoyer, but that's not even true. I haven't been to the library in years. I do like books, though, but still. Start a book club! That's a long-term relationship right there. They'll be together at least until they finish the book over a various period of days. Mion suddenly looked up at me with a vacant expression. Study, Riz. Okay, that's good thinking. That's a good way to make it smooth. Definitely not on the academic side, though. Sadly.
日曜11時、沖宮図書館前。
Call it a date. It's scheduled.
ミオンが
Put
来
it
な
in
く
the
ても
calendar.
一人で勉強やってるから。でも待ってるからな。
Mian abruptly turned back this way, then stirred slightly. Somehow, it seemed like she started to nod when she turned this way, but I didn't dare to ask her anymore. Even if she doesn't confirm it here, I'm sure Mian will come. At least I think so. Nice. Just then, I could hear the chimes coming from the principal's office in the distance. It was already time to leave school. Mian got up as she said that. She was waking up, but she was still a little shaky. Still, she should be back to normal in a little while.
大丈夫か？お前のカバンも持ってくるから、そのまま待ってろよ。あ、ケイちゃん。
Mian called out to me just as I reached the door to the nurse's office. I looked back with a "what is it" expression, and our eyes met. She whispered something with a complex, somewhat shy look on her face, and then she muttered something.
え、悪い、よく聞こえなかった。なんでもない。
I heard it, and I appreciate it, Mian.
待ってるね。
Mian waved her arms as she said that and smiled. For the time being, I just tilted my head instead of saying anything, then opened the door and went out into the hallway.
あ、そうそう。ミオ。え、何？どういたしまして。
He heard. Delayed response. He's turning in from the word magician into the Riz magician? The ultimate evolution? Boom. Mian turned bright red and steam came out. Again. I smiled at that and then headed to the classroom. I could hear Mian angrily shout, "You moron," from behind me, and I let out a huge laugh I'd been holding in. The sunset coming through the windows dyed the wooden hallway in red. I hope it's sunny this Sunday. With those thoughts in mind, I rushed towards the classroom. Listen, I don't even care about the chapter and slash chapter break. We're watching this date, man. It's in the stars. I've cleared my schedule. As long as it's not like 2 hours long. Or Gucci. Yeah, 2 hours is a little lot. Let's go. No snoopers? I better not see any other spider characters in this damn library. I arrived at the Otonomiya library 30 minutes before our scheduled meeting time. Fortunately, there's some nice weather today, just as I hoped for. Well, it doesn't really matter whether it's rainy or sunny if we're going to be indoors, but it does affect the mood. The early morning summer sun and the clear sky felt lovely. The air felt nice and clean as I breathed it in while parking my bike at the bike rack and making my way to the entrance. I got here earlier than expected, and of course, Mian wasn't here yet. Thinking that, I headed to the entrance intending to buy myself a can of juice. But just then... Hey, they're both, diligent. I respect that. I'm definitely someone who tries to get on time or a little early, though a lot of people I know, friends especially, are more, yeah, we'll get there on time and then arrive like 15 to 30 minutes later. I like being, punctual, dude. It's a good habit. I completely overlooked her because she didn't stand out much. Excuse me? You dissing her fit? But Mian was standing at the corner at the main entrance. It's not a great fit, honestly. I still liked it though. But she definitely stands out, dude. That bright yellow shirt.
Ohayo. Oh. ずいぶん早かったな。
Both early. Mutual. Nah, don't make an excuse. It makes it cute cringe. Mian awkwardly laughed and looked embarrassed as she said that. Did you really make a mistake with a watch right on your wrist? Excuse me? Spiders put that watch on her wrist? I was tempted to quip that. Mion was dressed in her usual clothes, with her usual hairstyle. I asked Rena to indirectly suggest she come dressed in everyday clothes, so Rena must have kept her promise. No, Teichi robbing us of new Mion drip? How dare you? Well, I did kinda want to see Mion dressed up in a fashionable outfit, but I felt she'd get more awkward if she got too fired up, so I saved the fun for next time. Fuck you, I better see you next time, motherfucker. Nonetheless, her lips had a slightly more rouge tint to them than their usual paint, which was cuter than normal. She's wearing lipstick? Let's go. I'm sure there's a recent line of lipsticks. Thanks to that, I recalled the nightmare I witnessed at our previous club activity. No, let's forget about that.
今日のミオン、なんか女の子っぽいな。
What does that mean, dude?
そんなことないよ。いつもと同じだって。
I was actually expecting a retort of, I'm always a girl. Something about Mion today made her seem in especially high spirits.
ちゃんと持ってきたか？
She's hyped like all of us here, watching this video. Or just me, reading the story, I guess. Did you bring everything I asked you to?
参考書と問題集。
もちろん。
I'll be honest though, I'm on Team Satoko here. I'm a study hater. I'm like the worst studier ever. I'm like really bad at like math and like stuff where you need to know like exact like memorization stuff. I was better at like English because it's more just it's not winging it, but you got flexibility to have like just the general knowledge of the subject. That was my specialty, essays and shit, but I was horrible at math and the like. I kind of liked history though, even though that is a lot of memorization too. But it let you cook a little, and it was more interesting learning about that instead of just numbers and formulas, you know? Deep in my heart, I felt relieved. It seems we've avoided the worst case scenario. I recall her asking yesterday, Kei-chan, what do you want to eat tomorrow? She was in such a panic that I had to remind her the main purpose of today was, excuse me, you can get a bite to eat after. I still can't deny the possibility that she'd grabbed the strategy guide for some game by mistake and brought that with.
じゃあ行こうか。
Mion's face was burning red as she gave me a big nod, then awkwardly walked beside me. Hey Mion, your arms and legs are moving at the same time. Robot pilled. As soon as we stepped through the automatic doors, we were immediately bathed in the cool, carefully regulated air conditioning. It felt chilly and refreshing, but it did seem a little too cold considering we hadn't reached the heat of the day. I'd rather be like cool than warmish, but I still think like in the extremes, I'd rather like be boiling hot than freezing cold. But like on the normal, I'd rather be cool than hot, if that made sense. When Mion and I entered the study area, I checked the seats furthest from the air conditioner. It's easy to start feeling sick when you're too cold, and that'll prevent you from staying focused. I learned that from my cram school teacher a long time ago.
あっちの席が空いてるな。
I took that space, I looked at the space in the corner of the room and found a spot that looked perfect. There was a table for 4, facing toward the window that wasn't in direct sunlight. This is a self-study room, but there aren't a lot of people here using it like there were back in the city, so Mion and I decided to sit across from each other at the table so we can sit face to face. Slam? She died?
大丈夫か？
大丈夫。
What'd she even slam into, man?
全然。
Mion must have banged her knee into the table as she tried to sit down. She's still moving pretty awkwardly. Anyway, it was a surprisingly narrow table, considering it had 4 chairs. If the two of us each laid out a reference book, a notebook, and a dictionary, take up the entire room. I mean, it's Is it just? I guess it's a studies place, but like, that's a lot of stuff, dude. You'd imagine it'd just be like one book for people in a library.
結構テーブル狭いな。
It's okay. We liked it though. Keeps things nice and personal.
そうだね。
辞書一つしまって二人で使うか。
Yo,
うん。
bro, this has to be on purpose, right? The dictionary Riz. When our eyes met, Mion suddenly got startled and jumped. Sitting face to face at a table this small, it's only natural for us to look closely at one another's face. And Mion's peculiar behavior told me that she still wasn't prepared for this, mentally prepared for this.
そうだね。かなり狭いから辞書一つの方がいいかもね。
Her words weren't coming together at all. Was this atmosphere gradually getting more and more awkward? Roll? What the fuck just rolled? When Mia went to close the dictionary, she had inadvertently knocked the eraser next to it off the table. She scrambled to pick it off the floor, but... Bro, she is fumbling and flopping. Help her! Stabilize her! She's gonna start rolling. Her shoulder bumped against the leg of the table. She got up, caused her mechanical pencil to fall off the other side. Then she bent down to pick up her pencil, but... Bam. Her head bumped against the corner of the table. Oh my god, this is too much. Her head bumped against the corner of the table when she moved her body back, and the shake caused the reference book to fall to the other side. Critical hit? She's dying?
なあ、ミオ。
何
You okay down there?
ケイちゃん。
I picked up the reference book and handed it to Mion, who was clutching the back of her head with tears in her eyes, and then I spoke up.
とりあえず落ち着け。
Let's do some breathing exercises or something, man.
深呼吸しろ。
ごめん。
Just as Mion began trying to apologize, I firmly grabbed her hand and pulled her close. Excuse me? Holy shit, it's happening. Then I laughed with a big smile on my face tried to reassure her.
ケイちゃん。
悪いことしていないんだから謝んなくてもいいって。俺たち
It was just some
仲間だろ。
goofs and gades, you know? Nothing serious.
うん。
Maybe damaging the sanctity of silence in the library, but who cares?
緊張して頭の中混乱状態なのはわかるけど落ち着けって。俺は前原圭一でお前は園崎美穂。
Extremely factual statement.
周りに誰がいてもいなくてもそれだけは同じだろ。レナを助けてくれと電話で頼んだあの時のこともう一度思い出してくれ。
There we go. Mental is restored. When Rena was feeling depressed about her father's situation, the first thing I thought of was Mion, because I was certain she'd be able to do something to help. Very true. I feel like Mion could have just done something about the Rena situation too, but whatever. Gotta give Shion a bone sometimes for the Shion fans. If it was just Rika-chan and I trying to comfort her when she was crying, we probably wouldn't have gotten through to her. No matter how modest she was about the whole thing, it was thanks to Mion that Rena was able to bounce back immediately after that.
そうだね。
At last, Mion seemed to be loosening up. She wiped her forehead with her handkerchief and took a deep breath, and then, after whispering something to herself, she raised her head and smiled.
なんかどっと疲れちゃったな。よくよく考えてみたら、ケイちゃんと二人で外出することなんてなかったでしょ。あんなに毎日みんなで盛り上がってるのにね。だから変にエキサイトしちゃったよ。
Great excuse.
だからってエキサイトしすぎだろそれ。
She's turning into like a comedy star.
まあそういやそうだよな。
I have gone out to the garbage. Honestly, you know, it's the author giving us like it's true, man. There's been a lot of alone sessions with Rena and even Shion. Mion was due some time. I've gone out to the garbage mountain with Rena before, just the two of us, but of course I wasn't able to mention that.
なんかいろいろと考えすぎちゃってさ。私ほら話をする男子って年下か親父ばっかりだったでしょ。
Perks of being the only teenage boy in the village.
だからケイちゃんと差しの時はどう話したらいいのかなってね。
差しってなんだそりゃ。それに念のために言っておくが、俺も一応年下だ。
Barely.
あ、いや、まあ、そうなんだけど、なんていうか、意識しちゃったらどうも、レナたちとは調子が違ってきてさ。
意識？
Uh-oh. What is this line? What's up with this? Mion's eyebrows are pointed like the hands of a clock at 150. What?
そうだよね。ケイちゃんなんだから、今まで通りで問題ないか。
My dude, I don't. It's like he's conscious, but he's not conscious of this relationship thing blossoming right now. It's very confusing. But that's like just the average MC in any visual novel, I think. You know, love, same thing, honestly. At least he eventually gets it in love. Mion looked wary, then nodded as she convinced herself of something. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but for now, Mion's tone seemed to be back to normal. So I guess it's okay.
よし。
Date ruined?
じゃあ
Because she realized Keiichi just doesn't know?
オッケー。
The bitter implications, man. And so after all that, Mion and I began studying. 30 minutes later,
あ、ケイちゃん。
rare new Mion CG. We take it. Look at that. Put that on your thumbnail.
この役で合ってるかな。
どこだ？どれどれ？
That said, Mion is a grade above me, so I wonder if I'll be able to understand the question. Thinking that, I looked at the problem Mion was pointing to. Huh? Oh no. Yeah, she's bad, bro. To be fair, Teichi's like a genius, dude. I'm sure the level of education is like definitely like lower tier than in the city. It's usually how it works for rural versus city education, just in schooling, I mean. And then like Teichi is already like super smart for his age, so don't diss, okay? She's better at everything else other than academics.
どうしたのケイちゃん。ちょっと難しい。
お前は。
I was dumbstruck when I saw the problem Mion was having trouble with. It's pretty much... No, it really is the most basic of basics on the entrance exam. They literally called these first step question. Okay, smartass, show me the question so I can also not get it and feel fine. Just how basic was it? Well, for the honor of the Sonozaki family's heiress, let's just say that anyone who studied for the entrance exam would probably be enraged to see this.
念のために聞く。英語の文法の SVOC。
What the fuck's an SVOC? I've never heard of that term in my life.
ブランデー？
It's definitely not brandy. But now I gotta Google it. That made me feel dumb. SVOC. What the fuck is this? Semi-volatile organic compounds? This is some science shit. I actually did do chemistry in high school. I do not remember this at all. Oh no.
そりゃ VSOP だ
Wait, not a real VSOP. Obviously, it's alcohol, but I'm impressed she learned what that is. If it's a VSOP. Oh, it's a brand. Let's go. Wait, is it a brand? No, it's a type. Very superior old pale. Oh. Bum, bum, bum. Ba, 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 ba. Incidentally, the answer is subject, verb, object. What the fuck is that? That's not even the science thing. I guess that's an English. That's probably like something they teach you in ESL. But okay, I can vibe with that. Though I don't know what compliment means in these terms, but okay. And VSOP is a way of measuring the age of brandy. How do they know that? They don't drink brandy in Japan that much, I think. It's not common, right? So of course there's no relationship between the two of them. None at all. They cover this stuff in mandatory education, don't they?
ミオン
Don't hate.
ちょっとノート見るぞ
Maybe she's a fast learner. You just need to be a good teacher, you know? No offense to Chia, but it's not the best studying location in the world. The Hinamizawa school. Let her blush, though? I decided to grab Mion's notes to see how she answered the other parts. And just as I expected, no, even more than expected, it was full of wrong answers. Wrong, wrong, wrong. And this is wrong too. That part's not even spelled in proper English? Is that Romaji? It was horrifying to think that Mion made it this far.
ミオン
Bruh, she doesn't even need to go to school, just take over the Sonozaki family. But she does. It's canon.
何？
こりゃ相当だぜ
相当
Oh
有
no.
望？
How do we break it to her?
むしろ無謀だお前一体今まで何勉強してたんだ
いやー、おじさん実学重視がモットーだったからさ。
I mean, that's not wrong in a life sense. Or it depends on the subject sense. I'd heard that before. Anyway, this is terrible. Really terrible.
お前よくこれで今まで進学できたよな
そんなこと言ってやる気下げないでおけいちゃん。
My man Keiichi is not holding back. He's just laying it on the table right here.
受験生に向かって。
No, as someone who's gone through study hell in the city, I'm sure that comment was positively tame. Okay, maybe? I don't know.
大体ね、うちの学校は世界の国の人が言えたら合格できるレベルなんだよ。
She didn't mention that in Onitachi. That's what I'm saying, dude. Maybe Mion's actually really smart in the countryside.
ケイちゃんのレベルと一緒にしないでよ。
Just teach her the capitals of the other countries of the world. I don't even know that off the top of my head, to be honest.
どこぞの不良コミックかよちなみにブラジルの首都は
Hold on. Is it Rio? Because that's the only place in Brazil I know. We gotta fact check this. It has to be Rio, right? Nobody knows any other place in Brazil, okay? Please. Capital. It's Brazilla? What the fuck's Brazilla? Dude, that's not a real place. What they cooking, bro? I swear if you asked a random... Okay, let me just be fair to Mion here if she gets it wrong. I'm preamping it because she probably don't get it wrong. If you go on the streets of Toronto or Mississauga right here and ask what's the capital of Brazil, I bet it would be less than 50%. If you have like a sample size of 10 people would get it. A lot, as long as they're not actually from Brazil. They have to be like foreign from the place.
ジュネーブ。
Okay, well that's Well, that's a different level of Ron, but she's trying. She's trying. Rena wouldn't get it. Hopefully, maybe she would. I don't know. Totally wrong. I'm seriously worried about our future.
とりあえず受験レベルまで引き上げるんだよな。
気合い入れて頑張るよ。
かなり、いや、ものすっごく頑張らないとな。
You guys just started the sesh, bro. Give it like a, you know what? Make these a regular study sesh. That's the best way to do this. We need some personal bonding through studying.
こう見えても私
Teacher
本番に強い
Keiichi,
し
teacher
大丈夫
well.
さね。
Alright, alright, she says. What that?
大丈夫なわけあるか、このクソたわけ。この学力で合格できるなら、世の中の志願者数は合格者数を超えたりせんわ。
Yeah, because Japan's entrance to universities is psycho shit, man. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. I don't know what places you need like an actual entrance exam. None in NA. Maybe that's more normal in like I know it's fairly normal in Asia. I don't know if it's normal in Europe at all. I don't think it is though.
気合だけで何でも解決できると思ったら大間違いだぞ。
Yeah, that's not gonna work. I've tried, Mion. I've tried.
いくら運命が人の意志と結晶と理科
So Toto's tried too, man.
今の学力で受験を乗り切れるのなら、人はうなぎで空を飛べるわ。
We saw what that should done to Satoto, man. My conscience and reasoning barely managed to suppress those words that desperately wanted to come bursting from my throat. No, look what you did, you monster. If I say it, she'll cry. Even if it's Mion I'm talking to, she'll cry, I'm certain of it. Okay, so he was just thinking about saying that. Based. Good self-control. Of course, that was a terrible thing to say to Mion right after she told me how motivated she was. But even if it's a terrible thing to say, isn't it even more true to hide the truth from her? No, you don't need to hide the truth, just say it, like, gently. You know, there's ways you can express the truth that impact differently. You know, you could say, you're garbage at studying and you're probably not gonna make it unless you try really hard, or you can say something like, you need a lot of improvement and we can work to it together. It's all about presentation. You think the word magician would know this? But he just does his word magician shenanigans on instinct more than formulating, I think. Up until now, I didn't know much about Mion's scholastic abilities. She was the one who suddenly told me she needed to study, so admittedly, I wasn't expecting much, but this was beyond my imagination. I kind of regret offering to tutor her so casually. What the fuck, dude?
それにしても
Let her cook. On the other hand, that raises another mystery. Based on her current academic abilities, it can assume that Mion has never studied before. But the truth is, academic ability may not be very important in her role as the successor to the Sonozaki family. Probably true. In which case, why did Mion suddenly start studying for the entrance exams to go to your university?
あのさ、ミオン。
And it's canon, she passes. Actually, I think that, yeah, no, she does pass, and they do go to the same university. Because they're dating. Sotsu confirmed. Actually, it was a no confirmed. So you can't even be mad at it because it's do not Sotsu. You haters.
今はこんな感じだけどすぐに追いつくって。本当に。
いや、そうじゃなくて、なんで急に受験勉強始めようなんて思ったんだ？
Yep, you know it. I know it. We all know it.
いや、
I liked it though. Mion's on the grind set for the relationship. Mion's face turned red. Come on, not again. I'd hardly consider a question about why she's began why she began to study for the exams to be a reason to start blushing, but...
なんだよ。そんなに変な質問か？
いや、
ミオン？
ね。
It was a simple question about her motivation for studying, and yet Mion had a hard time saying it. It was clearly unusual, so if she gave me a vague, no particular reason answer, I wouldn't be convinced.
まあ、
Don't
別
push
に
her.
言いたくないなら言わなくてもいいけどさ。
There we go. That's how we handle it here.
どんな理由なのか聞いておきたいしな。
じゃあ
Wait, say it.
言おうかな。
Do it. Baby steps.
お、行ってみ行ってみ。
Do it.
一緒の学校に
Yo!
行きたいなと思って。
Oh my god. Hold up. I'm actually so excited right now. Blood is thrown through my head. I just got a jolt of electricity. I'm goosebumping at the same time. This is the first steps, man. Blessed art. Based art. Thank you, whoever wrote this. I'm sorry, I need a... Who wrote the Higurashi console arts? Tomozo? Who the fuck's Tomozo? No, that's drawn. Who? It doesn't say. My man's getting snubbed. What the heck? If you know, tell me. I want to look at other stuff they did, because they obviously have exquisite taste, and they're amazing writers. They know what the audience wants. Okay, I don't know, but Jesus, sorry. Okay, I needed to calm down a little, or I would have turned into Mion a couple, like, 10 minutes ago, when she was being goofy.
一緒の学校。
Oh, you motherfucker. No. How did that go through you? Oh, she's pressing. Good.
キュウちゃんと。
Let's go. Let's go. That's why she's the goat. Huh? She started studying for entrance exams because she wanted to go to the same school as me? That answer was so far outside my expectations that it left me speechless? Seriously, what's up with that explosion of moe cuteness in her answer? Dude, I understand, man. I literally felt that off my screen just blasting me in my face. I could never imagine the usual Mion saying, no, taking that any further might be going too far. Dude, that might be the... Oh, wait, let me jolt this down real fast. That might be the title of this. Explosion of moe cuteness. That really, like, reads well. I'm jotting it. Hold on. Without love, it... Dude, my Higurashi notes, I don't remember what this is from. It must have been a title for something. Did I ever use this? Without love, it cannot be eaten. Oh, that's from the Hanyu art, isn't it? That's so good. Explosion of moe cuteness. Sometimes lines are just so good you have to put them down, man. Alright. We're Gucci. Let me back in here. I could never imagine the usual Mion saying, no, taking that any further might be going too far. Still, if she did that deliberately, then she's really gotten the better of me. But in the rare chance that she meant that sincerely, nice. Now we're making him go stupid. Let's go. Mion's revenge.
だからその
Yeah, tell me where you'd want to go. I'll follow, or I'll go ahead.
1年くらいかければ。
Oh! Dude, the lawn con. Wait, that actually made sense. That's actually good strats, so she'll probably need it. Based on how she was now, though, it was hard imagining her catching up in just a year? Excuse me? I feel like anyone, if they study hard enough for a whole year, can probably... I don't know how entrance exams are, but they can probably pass it, no? But no, it doesn't matter. It's risky, totally suicidal. I could tell that even my face was turning red. Of course I'm going to be embarrassed too if she was this frank with me. Calm down. At least for now, you have to calm down. Inhale, exhale. Jesus. The after damage from the Moe explosion.
俺もミオンが一緒だったら楽しい
かな
And she gets dripped out, dude. She gets earrings and shit. Her fit was hard as fucking go, let's be honest. Her uni fit. My voice had suddenly cracked and I was desperately trying to string together the words. Come on, I need to stay calm. Anyway, even if her goal is to get into the same school, that doesn't mean she has to work really hard studying for exams.
このまま行けばケイちゃん大学はきっと東京でしょ
They don't... Doesn't he actually end up in like a local like university? From memory? Because they're all three of them are together? And that's actually canon, so we can confirm that as canon?
そうなったら今の私の学力じゃ絶対無理だしだから
そうかってそれじゃあミオお前
そう私も東京にって
Bro, imagine Mion's study arc trying to get into Tokyo University. It'd be the craziest academic glow up you've ever seen. Once again, she said something completely unexpected. I never imagined Mion leaving the village. That's also insane. I didn't even put together that part. Teacher's done have a fucking death mark on his back, and Mion's done it excommunicated from her family. Bro, she's risking it
大
all.
学くらいは許してもらうつもりだよ
She's risking it all. How can she not be the best girl? Come on.
い
Kidding
や
me?
園崎家じゃきっと一波乱あるだろうけどさ
You think Rena's gonna leave? I mean, she does, but think she'd have this conviction? Well, yeah, probably so. Even if it's only temporary, it's a major issue for the future head of the Sonozaki family to leave Hinamizawa. We even got a whole new OST for this moment.
でもミオンってそんなに東京志向あったっけ
Nope.
いやちょっと前まで全然でもケイちゃんと一緒の学校にって思うようになったらさ初めて園崎から離れた自分を考えるようになったんだ
Yon smiled as she said that.
確かに私はこのひなみ沢の代表園崎家の次期当主だよだからこの村で生まれて育って結婚して子供作って死ぬまでここを離れられない子供の頃からそう教えられてきたしこの村の私が私のすべて毎日楽しいことを探してみんなで騒いで幸せに過ごすそれ以外はあまり考えたことなかった
うん
でもさちょっと考えてみた私たちの村もどんどん変わってきている古くからここで住んでいる人たちの他にケイちゃんたちのような新しい家族を受け入れたりして古き良きなんとかなんて言ってられなくなった
It's called evolution.
だから視野を広めておきたいんだケイちゃんと一緒がいいのはもちろん本心だけどこれは私の将来にとってもとても大事なことだと思うんだ
Then she lightly tilted her head to ask me something.
ねえケイちゃん大学行ってその後
Oh shit. Wait. We're thinking this far ahead?
やっぱ東京かな
Oh god.
さあ まだそこまでは。
That's a little too far, honestly. Little unreasonable.
でもそれもいいかなと思ってる。
No. I was actually quite surprised how naturally I answered that. After coming to Hinamizawa, I wanted to completely forget about my city life in Tokyo. I wanted to deny their very existence. Nevertheless, the reason I began to think about that at all was because of that engagement party fiasco. I had plenty of great conversations with a lot of adults, especially Mion's relatives. The people of the Sonozaki family engage in such a wide variety of activities. There were congressmen and lawyers and even presidents of a restaurant and a manufacturer of a name brand goods. And even though they're active both inside and outside the village, the one thing they have in common is that they consider Hinamizawa dear to them. Everyone is giving it their all to make this village a better place. To that end, they're cultivating their personal connections, knowledge, and experience, and using those weapons to fight it all out. The dam opposition movement probably would have been outright dismissed as some small local demonstration activity if these people hadn't taken such effective measures to work within the law. To put it another way, it was no exaggeration to say that they were the ones who worked the hardest to protect this village. You need a weapon in order to fight. You need the power in order to protect others. Obviously, increasing responsibility comes with increasing obligation, so it's necessary to face the challenges head-on and overcome those barriers. Dude, my date sesh has been turned into some philosophy stuff, but it's pretty good, so I can't really complain, man. Future and shit, man. It's a lot to think about, especially when you're a teenager. Just thrust you into that stuff, you know? Gotta basically decide, or at least kind of step on a path of what you want to do for the rest of your life right out of high school, or even a little before that. It's pretty annoying. What do I do in that position? When I became conscious of that, I felt my day-to-day studying efforts were far more than just some puzzle game. Back in the old days, I used to study without any sort of meaning behind it. I was happy just to be praised by my parents for getting good grades, but I quickly grew bored of that. But if I could link the things I did and studied to making other people happy rather than self-pity satisfaction, that would be such a wonderful and joyous thing. And then when I thought about it like that, I felt rather attached to the idea.
Kei-chan.
Mion had a gentle look on her face as she continued listening to my story. Unlike usual, she made no attempt to interrupt or tease me. It's a very adult discussion.
でも俺は
Serious beans. I cut myself off there, then continued like I remembered something.
最後はひなみ沢には戻ってくるつもりだ。
I gotta run it back.
ここは俺が俺らしさを取り戻してくれた場所だからさ。恩返ししないと罰が当たる。
違いないね。
Oops. Almost spilled my tea, man. Mion seemed pleased and responded with a big smile. Then,
やっぱりケイちゃんだよ。
え？
ケイちゃんの
classic
私
Kei-chan.
本当に良かったなーって。ありがとね。
The atmosphere filled with a warmth I'd never felt between me and Mion before. The two of us going to college in Tokyo together, and then coming back to Hinamizawa together. It was a vastly expanding dream. It seemed like we were plotting a course towards an endlessly bright future, and I felt content.
あれ、ケイ
Based.
ちゃん。
No! Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here, Shion. How dare you talk block. I know it's unintentional, but you motherfucker, you are not welcome here.
おねえ
Ruined, ruined, ruined. Our happy future. Just then, an unexpected voice calling out to us from behind dispersed that warm atmosphere like mist. Of course it had to be Shion too, making it
あれ？
hard for me to like her as much. When I looked back, I found Shion standing there. And right beside her was...
あらあら、こんにちは。
Oh, well, that definitely is a vibe killer, at least for Keiichi. It's always nice to see Mio, though.
ケイチ君にミオンちゃん。
It's also one of my dotes.
どうも。
I tried my best to calm myself and respond to the greetings. The people addressing us was Shion and Mio Tatano-san. Dun dun dun. I feel like this is a really good spot to end off, though. I don't think anything serious is gonna happen, but the date's pretty much over. I'll eat my words if next episode's the day too, but you know what? That's spreading the happiness to the extent it just make me hype again. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching as always. And next time, we'll finish the day off very, you know what? High expectations going into this episode. I'm happy, dude. Mion x Keiichi shippers stay winning. Everyone, you're getting left in the dust, baby. I don't know, I was trying to make another cringe joke, but I can't. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.